coming out is so heavy, man. This is the thing what we need to understand. Today's society is evident that every nation outside of blacks, Hispanics and Native Americans has a level of arrogance. That man that just came up here has arrogance because why? He simply made a statement and that's enough. We come up here and prove what we're saying, yet and still he just goes on about his day. But listen, man, the Most High power, while his king Yahawashi are not mocked, man, our king shall return. And you will see it. One day soon, you will see all that you believe to be of some value in this earth, all that you believe to have learned to love in this earth will come to fire and will be nothing but ash. And all that you believe will be nothing but a fairy tale, man. All that you believe to be strong, all your military might, all your financial might, your arrogancies and your lies, they will not stand then. Not in that day. In the day of the Lord, all nations will know that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Lord's chosen people. And the true king of this earth is Yahawashi Mashiach, man. A black man from the tribe of Yahawada, or Judah. Do you understand? So now, read where you was at before, Brother Bashar. Revelations 1:14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. His head and the hairs of his face. Understand that. The hairs of his face and the hairs on his head were white like wool in texture. Go ahead. And his eyes. As white as snow. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. So now the snow is the color. He had white woolly hair, man, grey hair on his face, but it was the texture of wool, like any sheep or black man you see today. Go ahead. And his eyes were a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace. So as we have proven before already, Christ is a black man according to the Bible, man. Right. And all the lies of this mystical, you know, all-loving God that you hear about in the church, that is not in the Bible, man. He is a God of love, but he's also a God of war. He's a God of love, but he's also a God of anger and justice and judgment. And he is also referred to as the great and terrible power, man. Right. The wars you see on the earth are nothing but a glimpse of what is to come, man. Right. You believe this kingdom will stand forever, but I'm here to tell you that it will not. All kingdoms and all empires at one time stood strong in the face of men, but there was a day when a greater power came and destroyed them and brought them down to heel. Well, there's a day coming soon where all nations of the earth will be brought to heel, and they will all have to serve under Yahawashi Mashiach and the Israelites, which are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans today. So give me 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 54. Let us find out the truth of this Bible, man. Let us understand that this Bible is not a fairy tale book, and let us understand what the Lord believes about every nation on the earth and what is to come, man. Because we're going to get it, man, because you ain't never going to hear this in your pastor's mouth. You ain't never going to hear it in your mosque, but we're going to show you here today in Piccadilly. Go and read that. 2nd Ezra 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all creatures, of him come we all. So we all come from the time of Genesis. We all come from the time of Adam, as we all know it. Go ahead. And the people also whom thou hast chosen. And the people also who the Lord chose, the Israelites. Go ahead. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. Because the Most High made the world for the Israelites' sakes. Go ahead. And as for the other people, which also come of Adam. So as for everyone else, every other nation of people on the earth that also come of Adam. What did the Lord say about those other people? Thou hast said that they are nothing. They're what? They're nothing. Go ahead. But be like unto spittle. The Lord said that all nations round about the Israelites are as nothing, man. Are like unto spittle. This is the Bible, man. But you ain't been reading this Bible in the church, because that's not what Pastor said. He said you could eat pork and love everybody and celebrate Christmas and all the rest of it. Wow. You didn't hear that in your pastor. That wasn't in the sermon last week. You understand? But listen, man, this ain't your sermon, man. This is the reality of this Bible. Right. The Most High Power, the God of this Bible, said all nations that are not his children are as nothing, are like spit, like the saliva in my mouth. Go ahead. And has likened them to the abundance, and has likened them to the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So the Lord, not only are they as spit, but he said he has likened them to be a drop that falleth from a vessel. What does that mean? Because it is Old English. What it means is, if you have a bucket of water and you have the full body of water and a drop falls from that vessel, that bucket, that's what they are like, man. That's what the Lord says. It says they are like a drop that falleth from that greater body of water. When you walk into a bucket of water, you ain't worried about that little drop. You're worried about the whole, what's in the bucket, so you can do what you need to do with it. Well, that's what the Lord said, man. That's what the Bible said. And let me show you something, man. There is something that has happened in the world that has switched everything up and turned everything upside down. And we're going to show you, man. Because you thought to believe that this Bible was a fairy tale. You thought to believe that this kingdom would stand forever. But let me show you. Read that. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathens, what? These heathens, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us. The Lord said that the heathens, Ezra said that the heathens have become to be lords over us, man. They have become to rule over his people that he chose. Because why? Things have changed. Things are upside down. But what do you think Christ is coming back to do? He's coming back to change things from where they are to where they should be, man. Right. Go ahead. And to devour us. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. We have been given into the hands of our oppressors. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have only known captivity, subservience to other nations of people, man. They give us their religions and their philosophies and ways, but that's why we have the I.S.U.P.K, to stand for the people that have no voice, man. To stand for the people who are only abused in this world, man. And those people will one day rule the earth. Those people will one day inherit this earth, and all nations will know this truth by the end, man. Give me chapter 7 and verse 1, the same book, yeah? Same book. You understand? We have to understand that there are lies that have been told in this earth. There is a people that have been mistreated and lied upon, man. They have stolen our heritage and stolen everything that the Lord gave us, man. But one day soon, it will be returned, man. Go ahead. 2 Ezra 7 verse 1. And when I have made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me nights before. And he said unto me, Up, Ezra, and hear the words that I have come to tell thee. And I said, Speak on, my God. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow, and like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it, if he went not through the narrow? How could he? Oh, hold on. So right there, man, get some water. Right there, man. No, you need to get some water. Right there. You understand? You need to understand that this is the thing, right? The sea is a great and large and open field, right? But understand that you could not enter to it if you were at a narrow gate. You understand? If you were at a narrow path, it would be hard to enter into the sea. As great as it is, it would be hard to enter. Go ahead.
The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water.
We understand, we're talking about the kingdom of heaven, man. We're talking about the pathway to serving the Most High that created all things on this earth. That is what we're referring to. We are referring to that path that it takes to stand against the vile kingdom that we have in front of us and to serve the Most High, man. Oh, no, you understand? We need to understand that it is a narrow path. Right. And blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are strongly advised to take that path, man. Right. You should turn from all that you have learned in this place, all the oppression and suffering, and you should turn to that narrow path, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
So it is so narrow and small that on the left side, if you tip over, you're going to fall into some fire. Right. On the right side, you're going to fall into some deep water, man.
Right.
But there is a narrow path that only one man can walk at a time, man. You can't even have more people walking at the same time. Let's take one man at a time. Go ahead.
If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
If you don't understand this, let me show you, man. The danger and the trials and tribulations that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have endured in this kingdom. If you do not endure it, black man, listen, man, you will not receive any reward. You must suffer to enter into this great kingdom that is to come. Right. This kingdom that is to come will rule and belittle and shadow over what this kingdom is and what the America is today. You think America is so great and powerful today, but the kingdom of the Lord will make it to be as nothing, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion.
That is Israel's portion. The true biblical Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, your portion is that narrow path, man. It is your narrow path to stand against the multitude. It is your narrow path to stand against all that this kingdom has thrown upon you. The religions, the lifestyles, the philosophies, and the false history that is taught in these schools, man. All these things, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, it is your portion to stand against this kingdom, man. It is your portion to be in the world, but not of this world, man. This world destroys our people, man. That is all we have learned in this kingdom, is to be robbed and stolen from, and to be only the victims and the servants of. But we need to find a path that will take us away from servitude and to find rulership.
That's right.
Read that.
Because for their sakes I made the world, and when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done.
So for their sakes, those children that the Lord chose, their sake is the world, man. The world was made for their sakes.
Right.
These kingdoms that you see before you, these nations of people, the great wealth of the lands of all the continents, all belong to the Lord's people, man.
That's right.
And they shall get it back. They don't have it right now. You know what I mean? We don't have it right now, but we will get it back.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 12. Then were the entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail,
sorrow and travail is what blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans have only known in this modern age. That is all we have known. And so what is it to find it a little more but to serve the Lord while suffering, man?
Right.
What is it a little more to throw away the addictions and the vain things that you have learned to love in this world? What little is it to turn from these things and suffer just a little bit more, that we may find salvation, that we may find this kingdom that our foreparents were so old, man? Go ahead.
Khan. They are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. For the entrances of the elder world were wide and sure, and brought immortal fruit.
Go ahead.
If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them.
Go ahead.
Now therefore, why disquietest thou thyself, seeing thou art but a corruptible man? And why art thou moved, whereas thou art but mortal? Why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come, rather than that which is present?
So understand that, man. We need to understand the things that are to come, man. Let us forsake the things of this world, man. Let us forsake all that we've learned to be joyous and to be something that we should look upon and want. We have learned only dishonor in this place, and we should turn from it, man. In all the religions and the philosophies and views of this world, we have found no ease, and we have found no way of doing things the right way, man. You understand? We have found the wrong way learning this kingdom and being here and observing the things that have been given to us, man. But we have to understand that there is something greater to serve. There is something greater to look upon. Go ahead.
Then answered I and said, O Lord that bearest rule, thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous should inherit these things.
And it is ordained, and the children of Israel, when they turn back to the laws of the Most High, that they shall inherit these great things, man.
That's right.
When we stand for our heritage and take back our heritage, we will inherit what was owed to us many years ago.
Right. But that the ungodly should perish.
And that what?
The ungodly shall perish.
This kingdom will surely burn, man. This kingdom and all that it pushes in the earth will burn and become as rubble. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for the wide. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things. Verse 18. And yet shall not see the wide. And he said unto me, there is no judge above God, and none that hath understanding above the highest.
There is none that have any understanding above what the Lord are teaching here in the I.S.U.P.K, man. There is none that could stand against this truth and our heritage and could stand against our power, man. There is no wisdom that could stand against the wisdom of the Lord. Men seek to find out the galaxies outside of the earth. Men seek to find and map out the galaxies and the Milky Way and the black holes, and they also see a desire to seek what is beneath the earth too. But they will not, man. The Most High said that they will not discover it. The space and the galaxies outside of this earth are far too vast for any man to discover. You will never discover or map out the galaxies, man. You will never understand the secrets to the ends of the galaxy. You will never reach the bottom of the sea and find anything. You know why? Because the Lord said so, man. You would never reach to the bottoms of the sea. You've gone far down. Listen, you've gone far, but you will never go to the end. You've gone to space. You've sent out satellites and drones. Understand? You've done it, but you will never get to the end. There is an end that you will never reach, man. It is out of your reach because the Lord made it that way, man. Go ahead.
Verse 20. For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of God.
There are many that have chosen to live under their oppressors, man.
Right.
There are many any blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who has chosen the religions of their oppressors, and they have failed and died for it, man.
That's right.
That is all we have ever known in this kingdom, to fail and die by the hands of our enemies, man, because we wanted to serve another nation of people. Excuse me, do you have a question? Do you have a question? Hello? You got a question, right? Okay, no, he doesn't have a question. Okay, read on.
Because they despise the law of God that is set before them. For God has given straight commandment.
God has given straight commandment. The Lord has given us straight ordinance of how to conduct ourselves on this earth, and how things should be and how they should not be.
Right.
But that man has gone astray, man. More specifically, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have gone astray. We need to come back to our heritage, man.
That's right.
Because we have so far gone from it in loving our oppressors and loving what they have given us, man. Go ahead.
For God has given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment.
And what we should observe to
avoid punishment.
To avoid punishment, man. There has always been a guideline on the earth given unto the Lord's people, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we have only endured suffering and punishment, man.
Right.
We have only endured it. It is all we know. And yet and still, you want to go bang a tambourine? We have endured suffering and more foolish delusions in these religions, man.
Right.
But yet you want to continue, man. The Lord has given us the guidance system. The Lord has given us our laws and our keys of how to conduct ourselves, man.